Alright, welcome everybody to the pilot episode of Unicorn Princess GOTM, which is Game of the Month. This is something myself and Echo are going to be doing. My name's Onikage. It's Onikage, not Cage. If you read it as Cage, that's fine. Everybody does it. But let's just jump into the first game here. So this month we're going to be doing Green Hell. This is a both single player and multiplayer game. It has a story mode and a regular survival mode. We are going to be doing single player, but we are going to be doing survival so that we avoid any spoilers for the story mode. We're going to be doing it on the King of the Jungle difficulty. It's one of the higher difficulties, but really, if you're familiar with the map, it's really not that much of a challenge. You can pretty easily move up to Green Hill difficulty if you've got like 20 or 30 hours in the game. But just for the purposes of this, we're going to go with King of the Jungle. One weird thing is you only have 4 save slots allowed, so each run needs its own save slot, and as you can see, I have not played this for over a year, but I'm pretty familiar with the controls, so we should be good. Now in single player survival, you spawn at a random location in the main map. And then this is just going to be sort of like a semi-tutorial and semi-gameplay video just to garner some interest. We should be having a co-op multiplayer game available in a few weeks. So if you have this game or if you end up getting it and you want to join in on that, feel free to. Okay, so first and foremost, let's take a look. The backpack is sort of like a Tetris thing. You've got a weight limit of 50 pounds. You also have a separate backpack. This is for sticks and ropes. And then this is your weapon where 1, 2, and 3, and 4 is where you put weapons to assign them to those keys. You also have a food backpack. And then this is where you would do any fire starting equipment that you have. There is also the watch. This tells you what you're doing as far as calories and your current water, and there's 3 types of calories. The yellow is carbs, the red is protein, and the green is fats. You can switch it so that, let's see here, how did I do that last time? Oh yes, so you can switch it to the time of day. It is a 24-hour. It also has a compass, which is really useful, as well as a GPS locator. So, it's pretty high tech. All right. So the first thing we are going to want to do is find some rocks, because you pretty much need rocks for everything. And then we're going to look for some coconuts, and if we find any sticks or nuts on the ground like here, we are definitely going to take those because we are going to need them. Now, when you first get any foods, it doesn't tell you what it is until you eat it. Once you eat it, then it tells you, okay, this gives you 15 of fats. So pretty useful for fats. If we see those, we should probably grab them. Audio is pretty important. And okay, that's a group of some sort of pig. I forget what they're called. So I believe I'm in the starting area. So if we go this way, I think there should be a river. Yep. Okay. You don't want to drink the water straight up because it is dirty and that will cause problems. The majority of mushrooms are safe, so if you see those, you definitely want to go ahead and grab those. They're not a lot of calories, but really, when you're starting out, take anything you can get. It's going to be beneficial. Also, pay a lot of attention to the audio in this game, especially anything that sounds like a skitter or a rattle, because that's probably something dangerous that's nearby and you don't want to accidentally step on it, or you'll probably get bit, poison, some other negative status effect. And here we go, bananas. Grab 2 of those. There's a mouse, pretty much harmless. Ah, here we go. So there's two types, well, there's actually three types. There's two types of sticks, though, that you can carry. There's small and regular. There's also long sticks and logs you both carry on your shoulder. You don't store them in your inventory. And then these, if you ever see these are important. You harvest these to get ropes. Ah, okay, there we go. First stone. I think that's a second one. Yep, second stone. 3 and 4. So the first thing you're going to want to do, and yes, you can see I've got this in my food backpack, is if you right click, you can craft and destroy. Opening a radial menu is pretty critical to the majority of things you do in this game. So if you go to craft, you can see it's telling you you have 1 of 4 ingredients because there's multiple different things you can do with stones. So if we do 2, it lets us know, hey, you can create a stone blade. Stone blade, very, very useful. One of the first things you're going to want to craft. And it automatically goes into the number 1 spot on the weapon side of the backpack. So now we have this that we can swing. We can keep looking for sticks, but honestly, since we have the knife, it's not efficient. Well, there's one regular stick. Okay, well, no, I was going to say we can just do this. It'll eventually cut it down. As you can see on the right-hand side there, there's a blade skill, so the weapon you use, you get better at. Long stick, regular stick, regular stick, regular stick. Small, small. Okay, long stick. Now, because you cannot put this in your inventory the way you craft, you can see I have Q. You hit Q, pulls up the separate menu, and you pick craft. Now, it can be made into a spear by itself, which is one of the best weapons you can have starting off, so that's what we're going to do. Put it in, actually, no, we're going to put it in the number 2 slot. Move the stone knife to the number 3 slot. Then we're going to go to a regular stick. And then 1 stick and 1 rock gets us the stone axe. Personally, I think that it should be a rope as well, like to hold it together, but that's, that's a survival game for you. It's basic. Stick plus rock equals axe somehow. Okay. No bananas. Now, if you look at my options to the bottom right there, I have aim, attack, block, throw stone, sprint, and jump. The issue with aiming is that you don't press a button to throw it. As soon as you start aiming, as soon as you let go, it throws it. So you can only cancel or block. And so we want to cancel. We don't want to throw the axe away. Here's some more mushrooms. These restore your energy. So if you look to the bottom left, you have health and energy. If the energy is low, then you are restricted in what you can do. And the fact that we have the spear is super useful. This is, right here, is where you start if you are playing the story mode. The majority of the story stuff isn't in the game on survival, so no need to worry about spoilers. Now you can use these big rocks, you can pick them up and carry them. This is generally used for making like fire pits. However, you can also interact and harvest them. The harvest animation is always the same, doesn't matter what you're doing, and we get more rocks. Now, rocks are, again, super useful, and the main thing we are going to use them for now is we are going to check these trees and hopefully find a few coconuts. Because since the water is dangerous to drink, the rainwater that a coconut collects is pretty much your best source of early water that doesn't result in negative status effects. Unfortunately, given the large number of coconut trees, do not seem to be getting lucky as far as which ones actually have coconuts. So we will go back this way, grab a few more sticks. We could probably use a few more stones, but just for the gameplay sake, we're not going to keep stopping and picking them up. Okay. Up. See, that's a skittering sound, and if you can see that, there is a spider. Not sure why spiders have blood, but at least we got him, so we don't have to worry about a poisonous bite. Okay. Now, one of the reasons I love the spear so much is that basically it doesn't matter what, there's like 3 different types of spears. It doesn't matter which type you have. If you land a headshot, whatever you hit is dead. And now, headshots are not easy to get, but the fact that you can one-shot something with even the most basic spear, I think is pretty useful to have as a weapon. And it's got range so that you can not, keep yourself out of harm's way. Man, there is just no coconuts. Now, apparently in one of the more recent patches, the capybara, which you just saw running by, you can actually, tranquilize them and then tame them, and then you can have, a little pen with them and raise them. So I know that that was, a big feature people were looking for. So yes, there is taming of capybaras, and then you can also breed them. Once you tranquilize them, it'll tell you if they are male or female. Ah, there we go. Coconuts. Okay. So we drank the milk from the coconut, now we harvest the coconut. And that gives us 2 coconut shells with flesh. We eat that because it's carbs and fat. And when you eat it, since it's no longer a food, now it becomes a bowl. Now I believe that there's a few more up there. There are. So we are going to go back here. We are going to take our trusty rock and... Cool, we get our rock back. Get a coconut. Harvest again. I believe there's one more. And if you see the crosshairs, the longer you hold down the aim, the better your shot is. Now, how are we doing? We need protein, we're going on fats and carbs and water. And the energy is getting a bit low. Well, oh, yeah, that's right. So you can save and quit anytime, but to actually just save and keep playing, you need some form of base. Now, these pig things, we could probably kill one with a headshot right now, but I don't feel like dealing with having to harvest the meat and everything else. If you harvest an animal, it gets you dirty, and then if you eat something when you're dirty, you have a chance of getting infection, so we will definitely come back to them. Okay, looks like this is some sort of abandoned village. There are human enemies in this. There's tribe people who have painted faces. They are pretty damn dangerous, so you probably want to avoid those. There's charcoal. Charcoal you can use for mapping and a few other things. We've got a couple logs. We have a hammock we can sleep in. Ooh, a bone knife. Okay, that's probably better than our regular one. Yes, it is. Oh, I can't carry any more of the little sticks. All right, so since we have the bone knife, what we can do here... Okay, that's odd. Thought that was a long stick we could interact with, but never mind. Yeah, this is probably a good spot for a base. So one of the neat things you can do here is... Actually, we'll hold on to most of those to eat later. You drop that there, drop there, drop there, and that will get us some water because it's the rainforest. It's going to goddamn rain pretty quickly. And then let's see here. So for shelter, we need oh, that's right, there's tree houses now. We are definitely going to have to look into one of those. But we are going to go with just a regular frame for now. Let's build it near where that fire is. There we go. Okay, so now we need to bring 4 logs. I believe you can carry 3 at a time. All right. Oof, energy skin pretty low. Okay. I believe the yellow mushrooms restore energy. Yes, they do. Okay. Let's get some of that energy back. Now we need a few long sticks. Take some regular sticks while we're at it. Alright, looks like we need 2 more long sticks. A drying rack. That'll be useful later. No, those are regulars. As you can see, my axe is just about done for durability. Now we can harvest a log, and that actually gets us planks. Now planks you can turn into fire starters, so that will be useful later. Yeah, we'll take this over here. Probably going to need it later anyway. And drop the log. I think I saw some blue mushrooms, and I think those restore energy too. Yes. The interacting is a little weird in this game. And I think this is a Brazil nut tree. Brazil nuts do pretty much the same thing as coconuts in that you have to harvest them. You can't just eat them straight up. I'm not seeing any Brazil nuts, but that's fine. We'll come back to that later. Well, we're going to lose our axe here.
Stupid piece of shit.
Yeah, the main character does a lot of whining, so just a heads up on that. Now the cool thing is that as you make new weapons, you get more durability with the newer ones that you craft. So like, you know, the more you craft, the better you get at making them. Okay, 2 long sticks. And if you see there, I'm doing the ropes, and it tells me I have 5 in my backpack, so we obviously have enough ropes to finish this. Now that we have a frame, it needs a roof. Oh, yeah, and this is like your little set of skills. Um, where is the roof? Oh yeah, if you make these things, you can like grow plants. You can harvest stuff for seeds, which is pretty nice. This is where you can make the fires. God, am I just not finding this? Okay. I think this is because I haven't gotten the materials yet to make this. Now I know that we can use these leaves. Like I said, it's been more than a year that I've played. Ah, okay. There we go. All right. What is new in the notebook now? All right, well, since I can't find where to put that on there, we are just going to go with this instead. We've got these sticks, so we'll use them. Ah, yes, you can see my coconuts have some water. In fact, we're going to need to take those. We need 3 long sticks. Oh wow, my energy's getting super low. Do the blue ones restore energy? Oh hell yeah, 10. Oh, and they cure parasites. That is awesome. Okay. I think we only need 3, but I'm taking 4 because we'll need a long stick again later anyway. And now we need palm leaves. Palm leaf, palm leaf. Now some of them are dry leaves, and the dry ones you harvest and you turn them into essentially like tinder for making fires. Okay, so we're at 6 out of 13. And there we go. So we can hold to sleep. But also, if you do it this way, you can save the game. And there we go. We're not going to sleep just yet, but this is where I'm going to end this first video. I'm going to look up where to find how to put the freaking palms up there so that we can have a roof and then put a fire underneath and be all set and do some cooking, but that will be next time. So I appreciate anybody who has watched this long and is still watching, and look out for the next video we are going to be putting up on the Unicorn Princess GOTM.